delicate measure in the sun. Warning. None of the figures cited in this film have come together by chance. Every number has a crucial significance for everything living on the Earth. One of the 200 billion known stars in the Milky Way, the Sun. Scientists think that this star is around 4.5 billion years old. Yet its story goes much further back than that, to around 14 billion years ago. To a time when nothing, absolutely nothing existed. Even before that great explosion took place, the destiny of this and all other stars, which atoms they would use as resources, and how they would consume energy, the stages they would go through, and the fact that they would eventually die, all already ordained. The destiny of the Sun was distinguished from that of others in this way. It was created as a source of life for a blue planet close to it. Allah created the destiny of the universe before any of these things had ever happened. The Sun is 26,000 light-years from the center of the Milky Way and travels at 792,000 kilometers per hour. It completes one revolution around the center of the galaxy in approximately 225 to 250 million years. This star, which constantly emits light and heat, is 109 times larger than the Earth in diameter, 1.3 million times in volume, and 333,000 times greater in weight. The density of the Sun, a giant next to our own planet, is only 1/4 that of Earth, however. Large explosions take place from time to time on the Sun, which consists of very hot and burning gases. These explosions are so powerful, they give off flames that are 40 to 50 times the size of the Earth. The surface temperature of the Sun, which resembles a huge fireball, is 6,000 degrees centigrade and 12,000 degrees at the core. This makes the Sun a giant energy production center. So much so that the energy emitted by the Sun in 3 days is equivalent to all the oil, timber, natural gas, etc. energy on Earth. However, only 1 part in 2 million of the energy produced by the Sun and 1 part in 2,000 of the heat emitted reached the Earth. So why does only this small proportion reach the Earth instead of all of it? This level is just one of the special measurements created in order to sustain life on Earth. Owing to the specific level of energy reaching us from the Sun, our days are illuminated, the surface of the planet is warmed, and living things are able to find food. The Sun is 150 million kilometers from the Earth.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
If it were possible, it would take us 5,000 years to reach the Sun in a spacecraft. Yet rays from the sun reach us across that distance in just 8.5 minutes. The distance of the sun from the Earth, the size of the sun, and the scale of the reactions taking place inside the sun are all based on very fine calculations. Our life is also determined on the basis of these very fine calculations. Even the slightest change in any of these values would spell the end of life on Earth. There are various movements taking place, such as the movement of the sun around its own axis and in a specific direction, the movement of the Earth around its own axis, movements dependent on the sun and also influenced by the moon. With all these very fast movements, our Earth assumes a different place in the solar system and the galaxy to where it was a moment before. There is a very important point here. During this movement, the relative positions of the Earth and Sun remain unaltered, and life on Earth is therefore not exposed to any danger. As we have seen, the characteristics of the Sun are not haphazard and aimless. On the contrary, as Allah says in the Quran in the words, Allah has deliberately created this star in order to sustain human life. The values we have been discussing so far have been created with very sensitive balances in such a way as to affect not just life on Earth, but the entire universe. The speed of the light emitted by the sun is just one such example. Light travels at 300,000 kilometers per second. This is shown in the letter C in Einstein's famous formula E equals mc squared. The E in the formula stands for the energy given off when matter is converted into energy in thermonuclear reactions in the stars. If light traveled just slightly faster than it does, then tens of thousands of times more energy would be produced than is manufactured now in these thermonuclear reactions in stars. That would mean the energy in the cores of stars being consumed much faster, and our universe would millions of years ago have been plunged into darkness. But what if light traveled just a little bit slower? In that case, the initial expansion of the universe would have been much slower, and the universe would have been unable to escape its own gravitational force and would have imploded. In other words, life in the universe we inhabit would in either case have been impossible. This immaculate equilibrium once again proves that the universe did not come into being by chance, but was arranged for a particular purpose. As the astrophysicist William Press wrote in an article in Nature magazine, there is a grand design in the universe that favors the development of intelligent life.